and not be pulled into that whole circle of, well, this is the pastor, I'm gonna do this. Women are attracted to power. If they see somebody who got power, they become attracted to them. They attracted to, like, I see police officers talking to these young girls. Now I've seen it all the time. So when I see that, I know what it is. They're attracted to that power.
Authority and power.
Here it is. But what does that say? That's what they need. They need discipline, they need direction, and they respect that fact, but they won't say that, but they're attracted to it.
Yeah,
so you have a minister, they trust him, and they say, oh, well, I trust him to do this, and then now they sleeping with the pastor or whatever. But the thing of it is that, how did that come about? She had a need. She had a need, and that's how it came about. These young girls are searching for fathers because there's nobody out here to teach them.
So, but going back to the pastor though, you can't stand in the pulpit if you haven't repented and owned up to whatever you're trying to. That's like the father at home molesting the daughter, and you wondering why the daughter not performing at school, and he sits at the dinner table with the wife and the daughter and say, we're gonna start living better, we're gonna start acting right. The daughter's sitting there like, you're right. Every night you doing this violation to me. So until he own up at that table and say, you know what, daughter, I know what I've been doing to you is wrong, but starting next week, I'm gonna stop. You know what I mean? Now I might even listen to you and believe you, because at least you owned up to the fact that you've been doing me wrong.
But she's already been scarred.
Sure, but I mean, to sit there and say you're gonna fix something,
and tell him the ultimate thing for something like that, for him to sit there and tell her, I'm gonna stop next week. If he told me that I'm gonna stop next week, no, you gonna stop right now.
Right. But we talking about the black church. Why we still got this killing and we got all these black churches?
Because people don't. This is what I think. The people don't have a real reality. They think that this is like TV. It's not real. For some people, they have this idea, it's not gonna touch my home. And when it does touch their home, then they looking around at the very people that they say, y'all crazy out there marching and doing all of this protesting and everything like that. But it's when their children are gunned down, then now they want all of us to come up and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do to help you, blah, 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 and have a sense of entitlement to it.
Yeah, but you know, we Negroes are proactive. I mean, we're reactive and not proactive. You know how that is. We just, we react to everything. We ain't proactive on nothing. Okay, school's about to start. When this show ends in August, and school's about to start. How come we can't set some goals? Because I know your children did well in school.
Yes.
But the bottom line is that we got to set some goals. Like look, when my children get a B, I get upset. when they get a B, I get in the teacher's face. It was this last year I got mad at the teacher. I was cool with it. I got mad because he gave my daughter a B, and I said, you don't give my daughter a B. We don't play B's in my house. He was shocked because he's not used to a parent getting mad over a B. Mm-hmm. The point is that everybody can't get A's and B's. So how come we can't say this here? My baby got to get at least a C.
But Mark,
D's and F's are unacceptable.
But see, you was talking from an individual standpoint, and I get that. But Charlene's children are going to be successful because of Charlene, the leadership.
Right.
So the people that's going to watch this, who we want to make changes, if they not already as Charlene,
they ain't watching this show.
Seeing this show ain't gonna help them more so than what we got to promote, which is we got to have vanguards in the community who we support so that they can help to be them layers of support to that mom who never knew a strong, successful black woman in her life. So all she had was beat down, drug mama, pimping daddy and all that. Where's the other people we gonna put around her so she can see something other than what she's grown up generations?
It don't have to be. It don't have to be like that. Have you ever seen that movie Gifted?
I heard about it.
Well, it was a very good movie. The guy who ended up doing the first open heart surgery, his mother couldn't read.
You're talking about Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson, yeah.
His mother couldn't read.
Yeah.
And she instilled in her sons that they had to read. When they would come to her with homework assignments, they couldn't understand why she would say, boy, you can do it. You go in there and you read that thing. But they found out later she couldn't read. But it doesn't matter that you couldn't read. My mother dropped out of high school, but that doesn't mean that she didn't push us to do well.
Do better than her.
Yeah. So it's always about what you want for your children and how you know the values that you instill.
Some people do not want their children to succeed. You know that.
Oh yeah,
they're intimidated by their children.
I disagree with that.
Oh, they don't want subconsciously.
Subconsciously, and you know
they
this,
don't want their
Charlene.
children to succeed.
No, I might be embarrassed if you bring this algebra home that I don't know how to do. So it's easier just to say, just have your teacher do it or do it somewhere else, so you don't expose my lack of understanding.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I think it is. I don't think they don't want.
Listen. If you get a low income mom, let's say you go. Let's pick on Inglewood or even Roseland. You get a low income mom. It just says, okay, I'm going to set a goal. My child can't get D's and F's. They got to get at least C's. But then the onus is on the mom. The mom got to do something other than watch TV for 8 hours a day. Sure. And that's why the baby can't.
And if you don't know how to help them, because everything that my children did, I didn't always know how to do, but I got help. I went and I sought out somebody who was better at that. My children, math is not my strong point. I can read and I can comprehend very well. Math was not my strong point. I got them tutoring for math. Now, they know how to reach out there and get those resources. But you're a responsible parent.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
The point is that how do we help parents to say this is how much responsibility that we're asking of you so your child to get a C.
See, that's why I'm keep pushing Wisdom Lives Here, Team Inglewood, other organizations, because I really believe you gotta have somebody hands-on to hold people's hands and help them get
the support is out there, but the mama don't resist the support because she don't want to take responsibility. She got to stop watching TV. She got to stop getting her freak on. She got to stop sitting around the house being angry.
Yeah,
that's what her child. The apple don't fall far from the tree. So for her child to get C, she got to come correct
and got to do some stuff differently.
Well, I say if you do it as a family unit, then it makes it a lot more easier. Okay, you know what? I don't know how to do this. I was mentoring the class, and the little girl said, "My mother is in 6th grade." And the other children started laughing, but I understood what she was saying. Her mother was going to get her GED. Right. She had to start from a 6th grade level because she had stopped going to school. Right. Well, with that encouraged that little girl, because she's in 6th grade, she can help her mother get where she needs to be. And so she was encouraging and uplifting for her mother. So what we need to look at is, okay, maybe these people, the resources are out here. People don't want to grasp the resources, but if we do it collectively as a unit, and like Syron always says, having reinforcement to let people know that there are people out here who truly care about what your life is like.
But tell these mamas not to be embarrassed. You're going to be a little embarrassed. I think embarrassment really stops people from progressing. See, I'm too old to be embarrassed. I mean, I'm still embarrassed at times. Right. But I can imagine being a 20-year-old mom. You're just embarrassed because you dropped out of school. You can't read and write.
First and foremost, there's not one perfect person in
but
the world.
They got to understand.
Just know that there's no one perfect. And even Beyonce or whoever you think is a superstar, they got their flaws as well. So just know that.
But what I'm saying, I think a lot of mothers are embarrassed to go up to the school to say the first day of school and say, hey, my goal is for my baby at least to get C's. What do I have to do? I can't read and write. Whatever. I'm embarrassed.
You heard Charlene say she's not good at math. How many people will openly tell you what they're not good at? That tells you I'm secure enough, I'm comfortable enough. I recognize that I don't know it all, so I'm open.
But that's what I'm saying. I think when I was younger, I'm older than all the teachers and the principal now, so I'm not intimidated. But I can understand how a young man who's intimidated by all these folks who's older and got more education. Right. But a lot of the older and educated people, they beat down. They beat down the young people, and they make them feel uncomfortable.
I had this conversation with my stepfather.
Yeah.
I said to him, he was criticizing some young men that were on this block, and I said to him, how many times have you stepped off your porch and went down there to see exactly why they're doing what they're doing? How many times? And he looked at me and he said, I never really thought about it like that. I said, just like you talk about them, as you sit here and you say this about them, they do the same thing about you because they feel like you don't help them. So you have to come off your high horse and you have to go out there and help. I've been saying this for the longest. There has been a disconnect between the elders and the youth, and the people that are in between are responsible for making that connect happen again.
Well, I didn't remember, and when I was younger, I didn't like the elders because the elders are so mean. Right. They were so mean. Like I played a bad cop sometime, but then I'll send a child, anybody else, to Syron or Charlene, okay? Because somebody could be the bad cop and say, you need to pull up your pants. Because somebody got to help you with some little etiquette lessons.
Right. And we can go to the daily living habits every Friday, senior day. If we start honoring that, now the young people are doing stuff for the elders, and that break down that generational
let's
gap.
Take it slow. What are the daily living habits again?
Today,
7 daily living
today
habits.
is Sunday.
Today is
family
Family
day.
Day.
Family
All
day.
Everybody gonna do that anyway.
What's Monday? What's Monday?
Monday is Safety Day.
What's Tuesday?
Tuesday is Education. Wednesday is Economic.
Money.
Thursday is Health, and Friday is Senior. And I live by those 7 daily living habits, even though I incorporate each one every day.
Right.
I make it my business to sit down and know what my children's day is like, what's going on in their lives, and they feel elated to sit and tell me what's going on in their lives. Then there's young teenagers, and they got things going on and stuff happening around them, and I sit and I listen, and I'm like, wow, they have heavy burdens. So if we lived in those 7 daily living habits, just to start, this could change things. If we worried about on Sunday, we worried about families sitting at the table together and talking and getting to know one another. There are a lot of households where parents don't even know anything about their children,
right.
and they find out things when children are gunned down. Right. They find out about what their child was like because they had hidden secrets. Why? Why? I don't feel like that. I feel like I know my children. And I know the things that they do and what they're capable of. And I'm not one of those parents that says, not my child.
Yeah, but Syron, wait, before you go on, go ahead.
I was going to say, but it goes, once again, Charlene children is going to be successful because of the leadership, Charlene. But it's what she does to mentor those other children who don't have a stable
Charlene
leadership.
is a mom.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all the mentoring that she does with all the other children. And we need everyone that's stable to do the same thing. And
Wait, let me ask you something. I send emails, I don't know who looks at them, I'm sending emails to Jean-Claude Brizard and also Mayor Rahm Emanuel saying values have to be taught in the home. So what's the time you used to learn the values from your home, your parents, or the church?
Right.
Well, people don't go to church, and the church ain't like it was when I was a kid.
Right.
So most churches, not all, but most of them. So where does a child learn values? Let me first Syron, then Charlene Davis. Where does a child in the hood learn good, wholesome values?
Well, I'm biased. I'm gonna say through the village concept.
Now, what is that? Well, they ain't learning it now.
What that means is the flyer that you get that talks about Tuesday being education.
This
Saturday
is your
being
organization.
This is a structure that I'm.
So you
I'm
think
very
that
supportive of,
the National Block Club Union teaches value?
You know, I hate that whole title stuff. At the end of the day, we just need to have something we can agree upon. If black people agree that every Wednesday we're gonna spend money with black-owned businesses, that's gonna create a lot of jobs for blacks all over.
So let me say it again. Where do young people learn the values?
Block by block. They go call the 1-800.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Charlene. Where are they learning the values at then? Where does a child learn good, wholesome values if they can't get it at church and they're not gonna get it at home? Where they gonna get it from?
I say that
they ain't gonna get it. That's the question.
Every adult.
That's the answer. They ain't getting
it.
No, and that's the problem.
I don't agree with that because
they ain't got no wholesome values. Come on.
Well, the camp that I'm actually working at for Basilia community, they actually have a structure, and I love the concept. These children, they come there and they have issues at home, but they love coming to the camp. Why? Because he's pouring into these children. And when he's pouring into these children, he's seeing what he knows what they're like.
Who is he?
Carl Hubbard. He's pouring into these children.
Carl Hubbard from where?
The name of his organization is Basilia Community.
And wait,
I heard that.
Let me stop. How many children are you actually helping?
There's 106 children.
A drop in the bucket. See, I'm not begrudging what he's doing.
It's a drop in the bucket right now.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that drop in the bucket can influence a great number.
I heard that when I was a wee small child.
I say the same thing. No. But I say this.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's like Philip Jackson, or Syron Smith, or Mark Sims. It's just a drop in the freaking bucket.
It's okay, but there's a million of young people. But however, if we collectively, there are organizations who are out here who just really want the money.
Right.
They're not interested in the children. So, but if you get organizations who have children who are interested and vested in their, I use the word vested.
I know.
In the well-being of these children and making sure that these children are doing well and ready to succeed in school and at home.
Yeah, let me break it down. So, Charlene, you live around here somewhere, right?
Yes.
So the point is, what's the local grammar school around here near the mosque over here on Stony Island?
You know what? I'm not familiar with the local schools over here because
okay.
I'm from
You're
really
over
from
here.
Roseland.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So I'm familiar with Roseland.
Okay, let's go Curtis.